What's going on, world? Welcome back to an OG for God, a chosen one story. Man, it is beautiful in Tampa Bay today. I'm so grateful not to wake up in prison. I'm so grateful not to wake up in rehabs. I'm so grateful not to wake up in mental wards. Man, just so thankful. So today, I'm going to talk about Colorado prison. I was sent to a Colorado prison, and I didn't know who was who, what was what, but I was in the chow hall, man, and this dude touched me. And not that he mushed me or anything like that, but he kind of like pushed my lower back so I can like move. And I literally turned around and I yelled, "Don't you ever touch me!" And in the mind that he's sitting down and I'm going like this until he stood up, and I'm looking at him like this. Well, the cops come, they break us up. Hey, break it up. Well, you know, I didn't know what was gonna happen, but you can't show weakness, man. There was a lot of people in that chow hall, you know, and I can't look weak, and I know he can't look weak. But truth of the matter is, now that I think about it, I'm just like, damn, dude, I sure know how to pick him. Looking up at him like this, and he's a big boy. Little did I know he was one of the shot callers. But as I'm leaving the chow hall, man, I'm literally scoping out the yard. You know, this is, I don't know, you know, something that I want to say helped me, because if I was going to have to handle it, we just going to have to handle it. I ain't finna run from it. I'm definitely not. So I'm scanning the yard, and I'm pretty sure he was doing the exact same thing. But we meet eyes. He's literally, I have to walk past a dorm to the right, a gym, the weights are to my left, and I'm just walking straight. I don't want to say, you know, 2/10 of a mile, maybe, I don't know, 1/10 of a mile I had to walk past, but we literally meet up like this. And he starts telling me, he's like, "I know you're new to the prison, I know this, you know," and he just started telling me. That's how I found out he was a shot caller. And literally, while I'm talking to him, I'm like, damn, bro, this is a big dude. But we ended up talking about it, man, which is odd, because this is 1,000 stories with 1,000 explanations in 1 second, where God was in my life. That could have went so far left, but me and him talked, and he gave me, I don't know, like props, like, bro, not a lot of people stand up to me. I can see why, because you big as hell. But it's a small world after all. About 2.5 years later, man, he done left the prison, and he ended up going to that behavior modification program, the same one I went to. So when I first got there, I went to orientation dorm, and he was already there. And he came to talk to me. He was like, "Yo, prison is prison. We out here on a life." And I said, "Bro, I ain't got no squabbles. I ain't got no beef. I just want the best for you." And he wanted the best for me. And we literally squashed it, man. But it's a small world, because he ended up at that behavior modification program. If I would have held like resentment or still be mad that we, you know, we was toe to toe, like, man, it could have went bad, because I ended up becoming what I call a little more successful than what I was before I went to that program. And that program helped me a lot. Let's just, for instance, man, they used to make it difficult for me to exercise. And I'm in my head thinking, damn, man, why are they making it? They know I'm all into fitness. They see me working out. But what they did was add adversity to my plate so I could learn how to deal with adversity. They used to put me like on a job to do during PTs, which is physical training time. But I started thinking outside the box, and I'm like, okay, I'm allowed. So I started coming up with ways. So if I was in the kitchen, when I was in the kitchen, I would ask the dude, like, "Yo, if I do a little bit of extra work, can I go hit PTs?" And he's like, "Yeah, but you got to be back by this time. Don't come back after that time." So I'd make sure to do everything, and I was in charge of the salad bar. Like, bro, I hooked it up. And certain people got different plates, and people used to get mad. I was like, "Bro, I ain't finna make you a salad, and you ain't out there working out." Like, I would would hook people up. Yes, I know you want a salad, but you over there eating honey buns. Like, man, I was all into the fitness thing. Plus, if I just allow everybody to do it, man, I'll be there. I wouldn't be able to do my job, and PTs was important to me. Or let's just say they got me working on the weekends, so now I can't do it. So what I used to do was wake up time was at like 5. So I would literally wake up at like 3. Because there's nobody that can say nothing to you because everybody's sleeping, but I was allowed to use the weights at that time. I couldn't go off the property, but it was considered free time. So I would just figure ways out to do things. Like if you're going through troubles, or you're going through some type of adversity, figure out a solution. Because I could have been mad all day and that wouldn't have got me my physical training time. Or better yet, man, I used to get in trouble for having a tank top. Craziness is that I could be next to somebody and they're wearing a tank top, yet I would get in trouble. And I'd be looking at them like, what the heck? What's going on? But in order to deal with that adversity, which helps me now, meaning like some people can say what they want to say, especially now that I'm making boundaries in my life. People got this certain vision, like, oh, because I was in a life, I used to do this, I should be understanding. Like, nah, bro, you ain't finna bring them problems into my life because I like my peace, love, and harmony. That's all I want. I want God. But it helped me become a better person. They added adversity, but that was the perfect place for me to deal with it because I was able to talk through it. And I want solutions, man. I don't want to be in the problem. Find solutions in your life. It is possible. You just got to think outside the box. Everything that we think is normal when we in that life, man, that's just the life we chose. And it ain't normal, man. This is for the glory of God. Stay up, stay blessed. Much love.